Good morning. Today is November 9th, Monday. I'm out here at the cabin for the second day. I was out here yesterday and I had a surprise. I had a tree fallen on this power line, and this line was stretched all the way to the ground. So I had to call Atomic Edison to come out and cut it. And I think this pole is now leaning. I don't know how safe this is. So I'm just cleaning up the driveway right now so I can drive down. And I mean, there's a tree there that's also gonna fall. I gotta get onto this tree cutting business. I gotta clean this all up. Some excitement. So the first thing I'm gonna do is plant some of these sweet williams and lavender in these pots. Obviously these pots have some perennials like the chives, and then there are some bulbs in here, but there are some that's pretty much dead, so I'm gonna replace those nicely. The viola is looking pretty good. And there's a bunch more trying to grow. They're self-seeding themselves, so it's gonna look pretty. And here's another fallen tree. That's a new one. Here's my lavender that I rooted from cutting. I think I did it 2 months ago, maybe. I have to look, but look in the comment to see what date I actually put this in. All I did is cut a piece of my lavender. I dipped it into rooting hormone and then stuck it in the ground and then covered it with plastic sheet for about, I would say, 4 weeks. Then I took off the sheet and then they were just sitting there as regular plants in a pot. Looks beautiful. So I got a few of these plants, and definitely next year I'm gonna do some more. Got my lavenders and sweet williams planted nicely. Grow. The lavender is good also for deterring rodents, supposedly. So we'll see. So this little guy doesn't understand that this is my little shed. Out. I'm trying to get to that roll of felt. A little bit earlier today, there was a bunny running toward me. I was sitting right here, just looking at me running real hard, and then she went under the porch, and I'm looking around to see what is it running from, and then a little dog showed up over there by the canoe, and just looking at my direction. So I kept telling him, go away, go home, boy, whatever. And he wouldn't just, he would just be there waiting for me to call him, I guess. So finally he left to the right, at the edge of the lake. I haven't done a whole lot today as far as what I was planning to do. I had repainted my street sign. It was fading away. Also, I mowed the driveway and I trimmed some of the trees and little bushes alongside the driveway that were too close to the driveway, so my car doesn't get scratched if I'm not in the middle of the road. So essentially just widening the driveway a little bit so I have more options to avoid ditches and whatnot. What else did I do? Yeah, I did plant. I planted the sweet williams and lavenders. Did a cleanup. I did clean up a little bit of the little shed that I'm trying to get rid of, except the mice are living in there right now, so, and they wouldn't leave, so I'm gonna just leave it the way it is right now. I still have some tools in there that gardening tools that I'm gonna have to move into the main shed. And what else did I do? I'm burning the fire, trash, cleaned up a little bit. There was some windiness and I had to go and pick up some trash rolling around. I think that's all I did. I did measure the bathroom to figure out how many planks I'm gonna need and if I need to start with a partial row. But I figured out that it's gonna take 15 rows of planks, and last plank will have to be just 3 1/4 inch, so that's good because the plank is 5 1/4, so it's more than half of a plank. Also, I tried to figure out how I'm gonna start and finish each row because I did not want any pieces to be too short at the end of the row. So it looks like I can do a 15-inch piece at each end, or I can start with a whole plank and finish with a 30-inch one, and also I think I can probably do a 19 and an 11 combo or a 10 and a 20 combo, because the other consideration is that you don't want to have the seams too close to each other either, so you don't want to have the seams closer than 8 inches. I believe that's the recommendation. So based on that, I figured out what pieces I need. So the smallest piece I'm gonna have is 10 inches and the biggest would be 30 to fill the ends. So those are the things I've been doing out here, just chilling. I really just wanted to be outside. It's such a beautiful day. Clean up some stuff and getting ready for freeze, which I don't know when that's gonna come because today is 80 degrees out here on the porch and it's November 9th. It's really weird, too warm, but anyhow, the good news is I can enjoy this weather a little longer. I'm gonna take home some of the paint that I no longer use, that I know I'm not gonna use for a long time because I finished painting. Some of it is finished, and also probably I'm not gonna paint anything else. Maybe inside, maybe the trims I will paint. The only problem with painting when it's cold is that I don't know if the paint's gonna hold, because if it freezes, some paint really gets grimy. And if I do want to paint, I have to heat up the cabin, which doesn't really take long, 30 minutes maybe. Just a space heater, maybe I'll light a fire. It will heat up to 60 degrees. It's really weird because the cabin is so cold even now with the windows and doors open. It's, as I said, 80 out here. Let me go check what's inside. It's 56 inside. I don't know how cold it gets at night in the cabin. So let's say it's 30 degrees out here. I don't know if it's 30 degrees inside too. We'll have to see. Or it keeps the steady temperature around 50ish. I don't know, maybe it does. Okay, I'm gonna just wait for the fire to go down a little, finish my dinner, and then I'm gonna head home before it gets dark. I like to get home. See you next time.